What's good, you guys? It's Lifestyle from lifestyledidit.com, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make some cool bass preset patches in Omnisphere. We're going to start off with the simple sine wave and then go in depth with how to layer certain things, add effects, and make one of those cool like Bryson Tiller trap soul basses and some hard-hitting stuff too. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so the first thing you definitely need is Omnisphere. And then once you open Omnisphere, we're going to go in here and we're going to right click right here and we're going to initialize patch, and that's going to clear it out for us, which I already did. It's going to give us this, a nice clean Omnisphere to work with. If you've got the recent update, you'll see that they added C and D for oscillators, so now you can have 4 of them running at the same time, which is pretty cool. We're going to go straight into this first oscillator on A, and we have sample and synth. Okay, so if we go to synth, left click, and you see sine, right? You have all your different waveforms that you could use. I'm just going to use a sine wave, and if I press C, we have a basic sine wave. You might need to put on headphones for this video if you're using your cell phone or something, because you're not going to be able to hear the low octaves when I drop down here and lower. You probably didn't even hear what I just pressed, so make sure to throw on some headphones. Some studio headphones would be the best, or listen on your monitors. Okay, so when we have it playing a normal C, simple sine wave, right? What we're going to do is I'm going to course this down. I'm going to go to about 3600. And what that does is pretty much allow me to play middle C, but it's resonating way down at like 32.7 hertz, which is like a very low C. So now we have a lower tone for our 808. So maybe I'll play it 1 octave up so you guys can kind of hear what's going on. I'll play it around here and then we'll pitch it down later. Alright, so the first thing that I like to mess with is different shapes and symmetry. So if we go in here, we're actually going to start affecting the sine wave. So you'll hear it start to change. It can get wobbly, different types of phase, and then symmetry together can start to mess with the sine wave and give us different types of tones. Especially hard sync, it's going to start to mess up the sine wave on purpose, and it's going to give it a distorted feel, right? So I'm going to mess with these and kind of figure out something I like to where it starts to give it a little bit of wobble. Okay, so here's before. And then over here on shape, it gives it that little bit of wobble that we want. It gives it a bit of tone. I'm going to go over here and make sure my attack is down, so that's good. I'm not going to use filters for this one. I'm just going to go straight over here to effects at first. And the first thing I'm going to load in is some type of distortion. So I'm personally going to use flame distortion, and I'm going to keep the gain pretty low. I just want to hear a little bit of distortion. So heat sounded the best to me. Let's keep heat, and let's mess around with the filter a bit. Take it off. It's already giving us that nice low tone. So the next thing I'm going to add in dynamics is stomp comp. I'm just going to leave it as is. And without both of these together. And let's go lower. Together. Gives us that nice tone. So we're going to add one more thing to this. If we go in here to creative, you'll see something called quad resonators. I cannot say that. And this I'm going to literally use for one 808, and then I'm not going to use it on the other one, because here's what it is by itself, and then here's with it. It gives it a really cool vibe, especially down here. So originally, and then with it. Such a cool little piece of rack gear you can throw in here. So I'm actually going to bounce both of these. I'm going to use it for the first one, and the second one I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going to bounce both of these, and then we're going to go back and add one more oscillator to make it a bit different. But let's just record what we have now. And I'm just doing this so I could show you guys before and after. Now let's delete this, turn it up. And we'll save this as well. So now we have both of them. All right, and then let's press this one. That's a really cool bass. So let's go back into Omnisphere now that we have those two already saved. Let's turn this off. Let's go into the second oscillator. Let's bring the amp down a bit, and let's choose a different type of, actually, let's go into a sample. Let's get a sample from the sample library. And maybe let's go with like some type of bell, and then we'll layer that with the bass. That actually sounds pretty cool. So let's turn this effect off. Let's see. That'd be a pretty cool bass. All we need to do is kind of turn it down a bit, and let's mess with the attack. And put our effects back on. Ooh, now it created like a weird bass mix with the guitar, mixed with the sub. That's kind of cool. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, let's bounce that at a higher note. I actually really like that note. Get some weird tones and different bass lines if you want to get super creative with it, or just keep like a normal bass, right? Then we created this one, and then created this really weird cool one. So I hope you guys like this video. It's super fun to mess around in Omnisphere and create different types of bass lines, especially for like intros of your beats or like spooky parts where you want it to get a little bit darker before it goes back into the 808. You can get creative and make a million things because there's so many sounds in Omnisphere. So if you guys like this video, leave a thumbs up. You can follow me on all social medias at Lifestyle Did It. Make sure to hit my site, lifestyledidit.com, for everything else. Other than that, subscribe to your boy, push notifications. Thanks.